Information literate people have mastered three basic strategies for finding information: browsing, searching, and following citations. Browsing works well when you have a rough idea of what you're looking for and the information is organized in one concentrated spot. This tutorial is in two parts. Part 1 provides tips for browsing books. Part 2 addresses browsing for journal articles. If you want to find a book to read for fun, you can browse our collection of current bestsellers, but for research you usually need something more targeted. Most of the books in the Neil Hellman Library are organized with the Dewey Decimal System. It facilitates browsing because books on the same topic are classified and shelved together. For example, books about language and linguistics have Dewey Decimal column number 400. For browsing books, you could memorize a Dewey Decimal chart like this one, but it's much better to use the catalog. From the library's homepage, we'll click Catalog. I'll enter Mathematics, History, change the drop-down to Subject Browse, and click Search. Notice that you can browse the subject headings to find something more specific, but we'll stick with Mathematics, History. Not every call number is the same, but see that most of them are 510.9. 510.9, and here, and here. Here in the stacks at 510.9, we can browse books on the history of mathematics. Unless the book you looked up in the catalog is specifically on a really narrow topic, you'll usually find more books next to the one you looked up. So it's smart to browse the shelf for additional relevant works. Books about artists and musicians are classified so they're shelved together. For example, the call number for Mozart, 780.92M939, tells you where to browse books about him. Books by and about novelists and poets are classed together too. For example, books by and about William Faulkner are shelved at 81352 F263. The Dewey Decimal System is very good at grouping together books on the same topic for easy browsing. Recall that browsing is most effective when the information is concentrated in one spot. Sometimes topics are concentrated in journals too. For instance, the Journal of Fluency Disorders would have just the right information if you were doing a paper on stuttering. You could pull an issue and look at the tables of contents. But for most research topics, it's unlikely that one journal will cover it well, so it's better to browse subjects. For example, let's use the subject headings in the Academic Search Premier database. Start from the library's homepage and click on Databases A to Z. Choose Academic Search Premier. In the blue bar at the top, click Subject Terms. In the Browse box, I'll type Mathematics and click Browse. As we browse the subjects, we see many specific terms we could use. Browsing subjects is an effective way to hone our rough idea into something more targeted. In the course of researching a topic, you may find an author who's often referenced, and if that's the case, it may be useful to browse everything published by that author. A good way to find publications by an author is to use our all-night advanced search. Start from the library homepage. At all-night search, do advanced search. Let's use the example of the linguist Steven Pinker. I'll type his name and then change Select a Field to Author. Then click Search. You would probably not want to browse all of these, but you can use the limits on the left to focus on your topic. For example, we can scroll down to Subject right here and click Psycholinguistics to narrow the results to what Steven Pinker has written on that particular topic. So, browsing can be an efficient way to find books and journal articles when the information is organized by call number, subject, or author. If you need any help, please don't hesitate to ask a librarian. We're at refdesk@strohs.edu. Call us at 454-5181 or text us at 336-5277.